So you've got tenants in your property and you want your property back. How do you serve notice on your tenants? This little video blog is going to go through your main hints and tips. It is only relating to assured short-hold tenancies, or ASTs for short. It doesn't apply to assured tenancies or those tenants with extra protection on their tenancy. We're not going to cover those things today. So for a normal AST, say for example, fixed term 12-month tenancy, you want your property back in month 5 because you want to live in it or you want to sell it. Unfortunately, you can't. The tenant has signed a 12-month legally binding contract and they can be there for the full 12 months. What you can do is put your notice in writing with at least 2 months notice, serving a section 21 notice to end the tenancy on the final day of the 12-month fixed term. You have to allow a couple of extra days for postage, but I would always advise hand delivering it anyway. Take somebody with you, make a note of the date and time that you've delivered it, just in case your tenants say that they haven't received it. Now, in order to be able to serve a Section 21, you need to have given your tenants a copy of the gas safety certificate, a copy of the energy performance certificate, or the EPC, and a copy of the how to rent guide. You also need to have registered the deposit in a government approved scheme and given copies of the prescribed information. I have gone through what all these documents are and why you need to serve them in previous blogs, so please have a look there if you need a little reminder. But you do need to have done those things to serve a Section 21. You don't need to give a reason for having the property back. You are entitled to have it back at the end of that tenancy. Now, however, if you have got a fixed term tenancy and your tenants are causing you real issues, then you could serve a Section 8 notice to have to end the tenancy during the fixed term. There are different grounds that you can serve this on. There must be a breach. The courts will look at whether it's a just and reasonable breach, so probably decorating a room purple when the tenancy agreement says they can't probably isn't going to be a just cause for ending the tenancy. There are some discretionary grounds and there are some mandatory grounds. The more grounds you have, the better. But the discretionary ones mean that the court don't have to give you possession back of the property. It's up to their discretion. There are things in there that cover rent arrears. These must be at least 2 months in arrears. It covers nuisance, so antisocial behaviour, drug use, smoking, things like that. There are quite a few grounds. Now, the notice you need to give the tenant depends on the grounds that you use. Some are quite severe and you only need to give 2 weeks notice. Some not so much and you only need to give 2 months notice. Again, it must be in writing, hand deliver it. Either way, with your Section 8 or your Section 21, if your tenants don't vacate at the end of the notice, you need to apply to court for an order for possession. Then the court will grant possession. They will look at the way that you've served the notice, how you've served the notice, and they will grant that order for you. If the tenant still doesn't go, then you need to apply for a warrant for possession, where the bailiff will come with you and evict the tenant. Obviously, there are court fees involved and filling out of court forms. You can ask the courts to put the fee onto the responsibility of the tenant and ask that the tenant pays them, and the court will make that decision based on the notice and the grounds for possession. So basically, the best thing to do is start your tenancy right so that you can serve notice at the end. If you don't serve the right documents, if you don't do the right things at the start of your tenancy, you're going to find it quite difficult to serve notice at the end. So if you would like to discuss setting up your tenancy in the right way with me, or I have got experience of notices, evictions and orders for possession, please give me an email at sarah@homesforharrogate.co.uk, or you can call me on 01423 529 250, and that's Homes for Harrogate, and I hope you found this useful. Thank you.